All right, it's showtime. Welcome. Monday night, 7 o'clock. We're doing a late show tonight. We have a very special guest in the house, Michelle
Hey,
Carter. Michelle Carter, hey, thanks for coming. And
well,
actually,
thank you for having me.
this is like, you got to do this. Every time I say Michelle Carter in their house, you got to like raise the roof.
Oh, raise the roof. Okay.
There you go.
Hey, man, I got it.
That's been a trend the last several, so we're going to keep it going.
All right.
So, but Michelle's here, passed a real estate exam, Hondros graduate. She's going to talk to all of us on this Monday evening. And if you have any questions for Michelle, make sure you put them in the comments, chat, and she'll do that for you. And we're going to talk to her and get all the good stuff right after this. Well, Michelle, I'm so glad you're doing this.
No,
because that means you passed the real estate exam.
Yes, glad to be on board with you, buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, well, Monday night, I when Michelle and I talked about doing it, we talked about during the day and with her work schedule and things. And I said, well, let's do it at night because I think a lot of people, they get off of work and we got people joining now. So I think this will work good. I don't think we've had a late night interview for a while. So this will be recorded. So if anyone can't make it because family and all those kind of commitment issues, it will be on all the Facebooks and YouTubes that you can watch previous. So, and if you have any questions for Michelle, we're going to get started here. Just put them in the chat. Yes. Put them in the chat. She will answer those live. Even after, if you have any questions after this is aired, put it in the comments below. And I know her and I'd be happy to answer them. So we got some people filing on. So Michelle, without further ado, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I am Michelle Carter, and I have a full-time job, but I hope to be my full-time job is selling real estate. And it's been a little bit of a struggle there because of work, but just keep on pushing. Here I am, and I am just so happy. I have a granddaughter. I have a dog. I have a son. Blah blah blah. I like rock and roll music, and I love Ashmont Realty.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, let's. So you have a full-time job.
Yes.
So you went to Hondros. You took your classes virtual, right? You just did the self-paced.
Self-paced, I did.
Okay. How long? When did you get started with that?
It was in. I'm trying to tell you exact. I'm just saying maybe February of 2021. And okay. I actually got done with it, with working and everything too, 4 months.
Okay. So yeah. So there was a lag time. So 3 or 4 months isn't too bad getting through it all. Self-paced with work and things.
Every day.
Yeah. Did you take your exam right after you got through the 4 months self-paced stuff? Or did you take a big break?
I took a big break. I felt like I had to like break it down more. I actually was checking out like other avenues to explain it more so I can get it in my head exactly what was going on. And in the long run, it paid off. I would say that, yeah, I took a big break, but I'm glad I did. And now I feel like I really know it. I really know the ins and outs of it because I did that.
Okay. When you said you looked at other avenues, what are some things materials that you bought or things that you studied that helped you?
Okay. The first one was actually, I got this program. It was called Prep Agent. And it breaks it down in kind of like a layman's terms, this and that, this means this means that. And then after that, though, I actually did purchase the PSI because PSI is given the test and they have a different type of like lingo. Their language is a little different that you have to get used to in order to take the test. If I wouldn't have done that, I would not have passed it. To be honest with you. Yeah.
You think Prep Agent was good? What do you think was better, the PSI or the prep agent?
Uh, Prep agent is good for like breaking things down, but PSI is the one you want. PSI has
Okay.
a terminology, the language, the layout, the everything. So
Okay.
you will not go wrong getting PSI.
And when you say PSI, are you talking like the 500 questions for like $50? Is that the
Yeah,
one that you bought? Okay. All right. They have a
exactly.
smaller one
And they got a
too that
state one too. I got.
yeah, okay. So you bought them. All right. So you
Yeah.
think and uh, it is becoming a common theme and I should get some sort of residuals pushing that PSI so much. What do you think PSI was good? Why do you think that? Does that make sense? Like, why do you think
Yeah,
PSI was
because it just kind of matched a lot of the questions that was actually on the test. I mean,
uh-huh.
in their language and stuff, and especially some of the questions that you must read twice, which they had in the PSI also. It will say this, and that, except this, except, and that's where a lot of people screw up. But
Mhm.
PSA actually had a lot of those things in there where you were able to catch yourself and tell yourself, I better read this twice. And then
Yeah.
that's how I made it through. It was
Okay.
simply the language. Yeah. Simply the
You felt
language,
that PSI
the
was
format.
closer to the exam than any of the other Honda stuff that you had.
Yeah, yeah. The
Mhm.
the the format. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you did
Hondros helped me too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
sure.
The combination of all those, it really, really helped. And you know what? And just for a small, to me, it was a small investment. If it gets you there and you're working, and if it gets you there to pass that test, do it. Whatever gets you there
Yeah.
is the
Did
whole
you
thing.
well, let's talk about your how you studied, like your regiment. So
Okay.
tell me, tell everyone at home because a lot of people that I talk to have full-time jobs, just like you.
Exactly.
And that's an excuse. It really is because we have many, many, many people that are on here that have full-time jobs and kids and
Right.
everything else, but they
Right.
still somehow get through it. What what was something that you said, "Hey, listen, like if you're gonna do this, this is what you need to do." How did you do your studying, Michelle?
For first off, I said it. I said to myself, either I want this or I don't. Okay. And I put aside 2 hours a night, no matter how tired I was doing that. And if anything, I would go like in the back of the law book and like read the like questions in the back and read some of
Mhm.
the PSA, and I would keep going over these tests over and over and over again, and that's what really clicked with me. You
Okay.
you have one on PSI where you could print it out. You could print out the test and then
Mhm.
take it and score yourself. Well, I ended up printing that out 3 or 4 times, and I just kept taking it.
Okay.
I
You
mean,
just kinda like
it's not one that you could click online and do all that. I had actual the paper one, and I just kept doing it over and over again. Yeah,
mhm.
you
One
just gotta be, persistent.
okay.
Persistency.
How long did you do that? Because one thing with Michelle that was different was you passed the national the
Right.
first time, and you failed the state, which no one does that. I mean,
Yeah,
when
but
you didn't
that's
pass the
me.
state, I was so happy. A lot of
That's
people would
me.
say, "Why?" It's because the state's doable. It really is. It's always the
Yeah,
national, and they can't get over the national.
right.
So why do you think you didn't pass the state?
It's
Why do you
because
think?
I just ran through it at the end, and I think I missed it by 1 point.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
and 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 one thing I didn't read in there, the land contract. Everybody read about land contracts for the state one because I was like, what in the heck is this? Because I didn't recall that. But every time you take this test, it's going to be a little different.
Mhm.
So it's like
Different
rolling
question.
the dice. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I think with the national, I have an interest in a lot of that stuff. I mean, believe it or not, math, law. I mean, appraisal, this, and that. If you have a natural interest in something, seems
Hmm.
like you're going to click with that more. But
Yeah, agreed.
yeah, yeah, and I underestimated the state. I'm thinking, oh, if I got the national, I got the state. Are you kidding me?
Right.
But
That's because that's
boom,
typical.
1 point away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you might have had it if you in a different circumstance. Let's talk about math. You mentioned math, and
yeah.
everyone always asks, "Oh, what about the math?" How many math questions did you have, Michelle? Do you remember?
It was about 9 or 10, and I got about 8 right.
Okay. 8. Okay, 8. Oh, that's really good. That's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah,
Very few people ever like a lot of people say, "I'm horrible at math. I'm horrible at math.
mm,
I don't know what to do."
mm-mm.
I think only one time that I've ever seen someone get every math question wrong, like 0 of whatever.
Yeah, it's
Now 10's the max. 10 is the most
yeah,
questions they'll ask.
I think
So
I
let me
have
ask
it.
you, Michelle, did you feel, because you had a full deck of math questions, did you feel that the math was, like, pretty tough? Like, you're a math wizard and you just got lucky, or you know what I mean? Or is
Really
it
though, it's just like you got to read, like it's kind of like a formula, even though it's a lot of adding and subtracting and maybe a little multiplication. You got to know what to do
Mhm.
with it. It's
Yeah.
like how they have this circle and you break it up. You know what I'm saying? The whole, the part, this and that. Actually, that comes in pretty handy. So if you know where to put it, you can get it.
Do you remember what type of math questions you had? Do you
Oh
remember?
boy.
Some people block it out after they pass their exam, they just
Yeah,
don't
yeah. I'm
remember them.
kind of like,
Because that was a little longer
It
ago. That
was
was
like
the been the first math.
percentages, I think, like,
Commissions or down
yeah,
payments?
I I am one of those like where I could take it and like forget it the next day. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's typical.
it was like
Yeah.
it was percentages like like what would be like one of them was about a commission or something, and you got to
Mm,
split the commission with the other agent or whatever.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's simple. It's 6%, just divided by two. You're gonna get three each,
Mhm.
and you know what I mean. Just, I mean, if you think about it that way, and you know where to put all of these numbers, you're gonna turn out fine.
Yeah.
And
The
I really didn't
math
see
is
it that
very
hard.
practical. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah. Know your
It's how
commissions.
it's worded. I think it was how
Mhm.
it's
Oh, it's
worded. I
tricky.
think throws people off.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of excess words in the
That,
answers
that doesn't
that
even need to
are is
be
not e
there.
yeah. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really good point,
Yeah,
Michelle.
yeah. I could take a pen and I could cross out 2 lines of things that don't even need to be there.
Yeah.
They do that
That's
to
a good
throw you
tip.
off.
And you would how now when you, took the exam, how many times did you read each question? Just out of
Twice,
curiosity.
2, 3 times.
Yeah.
Even if I know I read it right, I still read it again. And if
Yeah.
I didn't know
Good tip.
one, I got that piece of paper and a pencil. I write down what number it is. And
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, if you go through this test, you're gonna find hints of what that answer is as you go along. You go back to it.
Michelle, can you tell everybody, um, when you walked into the testing center and you took yours down in Hamilton, right?
Oh, yeah, that I
Yep, okay.
recommend that place to anybody.
Yep. When you went to Hamilton, let's just talk about that, and I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question, like what you got to have. So you're the second person. Paisley Allen loved Hamilton. So let me ask you that's South Dayton, North Cincinnati. Um, and so what did you wear? Like, was it cold there? Was it hot? Did you dress in layers? Did they allow you to wear a hoodie or
Not and
anything like
you
that?
know what? I just kinda knew better. I didn't wanna give no type of reasoning. I brought my ID in, and I brought my key to my car, and I showed them, "This is what I got," put it in my pocket of my pants, and I just wore just like a T-shirt. It was a regular
Okay.
T-shirt, nothing crazy, you know? because
It's
I don't
nice and
want them
comfortable.
to have to go and, well, what do you got a hoodie on for? You know, supposed to, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah,
Got
I
it.
didn't
Yeah.
want to
Some
give no
places are
excuse
okay
for a
with it.
problem.
Got it.
Just go in
Okay.
there basic, just
And
very
then what do they
basic.
give you to take your test for those people at home that's haven't watched? What do
What
they
do they?
give you? Yeah.
Uh,
What tools do they give you to take your test?
they gave me a calculator,
Yeah.
pencil, and a piece of paper, and here's a
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
And
That's it. Yeah.
and that's why I say, with the pencil and the piece of paper, write down the one that you do not know. It may be early on in the test. Take the
Hmm.
test and then go back to that number. You probably have the answer somewheres in the questions that's followed. You
Hmm.
know, I mean, that's how I did it.
Yeah. No,
You
that's
know, and then too, still, if it doesn't happen that way, narrow it down. You can easily eliminate two. So then you got two left. You got a 50-50 shot. I mean,
can you
but
explain that? Can you explain why do you say that you can eliminate it to two? Why is that?
be because I mean, two of them would, well, for me, didn't make completely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the other
No,
two
yeah,
were
that's
real
100% right.
close. Were real close. So I mean, you know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I mean, you
Yeah.
got a 50% chance. I mean, of getting it, and you know, just but read it twice, sometimes
Hmm.
three times,
Yeah. I think
especially.
that's a great tip.
Yeah,
Great tip. Yeah.
especially though on those that I ran into with the PSI, everything but this. And people are like, oh, this is what they're looking, and stop in the middle of the sentence and put down that answer, and that would be completely the wrong answer. You got to read the whole
Hmm.
thing and do it again.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to really like stare off in space and think about it for a minute.
Yeah. Envision it. I mean, that's a really good tip because all the answers, there's usually two of them are notoriously wrong.
Absolutely.
If you study much at all, you'll know right away that those just don't
Absolutely.
belong there. They don't have anything to do with
Right.
it. And then the other two is a crapshoot.
Right. Exact
And that's
50.
why I always say, if you fail your exam by 4 or 5 questions, you probably guessed wrong on some of those. And then other people pass with a 75, 76, and they probably guessed right on a few because that's how it's going to come down to sometimes is
Right.
just
Right.
literally process of elimination and just take a lucky guess. Luck
Exactly.
counts. Luck counts as
Exactly.
long as you get over a 70. So,
Just
yeah.
write the ones down that you don't know, and a big thing is don't go back and second guess yourself on every single one of them. That's when you will mess up.
Yeah.
That's when you
That's
can
a good
start
tip too.
changing things, because usually your first thought about, okay, this is right, it usually is right.
Yeah.
If you start second
Your
guessing
gut instinct.
yourself, you're gonna blow it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
when you completed it, you didn't go back and change answers.
no. Uh-uh.
Yeah. Good job.
No,
Did
no, I
you
only wrote the ones down that I was unsure about, then I went
Yeah,
back.
and you went back. Okay.
R
But
right,
once you answered those, you were all in.
I'm
Like,
done. Out,
okay.
out, I'm out, and then
It's like
hit the button
playing
that
a
says
poker
pass,
game. You just
and
threw your
right,
chips
right,
down
right.
and you walk.
It says pass, and I was skipping out of there calling you, said, "I passed the national, I passed the national." That
Yeah.
I was
How
shocked.
did you run out of time? That was
No,
another question.
no,
Did you run out of time at all? Or you
not
had
at
tons of
all.
time to take them?
Tons
Yeah.
of time.
And
Tons
you
of
read each
time.
question 2 to 3 times and still had plenty of time.
Yeah, because
Yep.
I would. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want
Yep.
to make sure that there's no word in there that like accept or this or that. Meaning the opposite
Mhm.
of what
Yeah.
people
No, I
initially
think you
think
did
the
great.
answer is.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just as simple as that. And I would encourage anyone, even if you have a full-time job, man, this is worth it. This could be life changing.
Mhm.
Okay,
I
I
know.
mean, you have to. Uh, I was never one to put all my eggs in one basket, but I'm telling you something for all the younger ones. I wish I'd done this 20, 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
you would accomplish a lot.
and here I am now. I'll be 89 years old and still trying to try new things. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just that way. But I mean, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
100%. No matter
Good for
how
you.
hard
Yeah.
it is. If you flunk it 100 times, who cares? Take it again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
Take it
true.
again.
People come too far to give up at a test
No,
taken.
man.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
too
it
much
doesn't
money and
mean that
time.
you're stupid. It just means that maybe you didn't get the right material to read. Like the
Yeah.
PSI helped me. It
Yeah.
was the
Well,
same
good.
lingo. So
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying is, yeah, just stick with it.
Michelle, was there anything, we'll kind of finish on this, but was there anything that you studied a lot of and you're like, I was a waste of my time. I shouldn't have studied so much on that. Does that make sense? Anything? You talked about a lot of great tips, and that's good. What
Right.
Michelle said, it was right. I mean, but
Right.
is there anything that you studied or wasted time on that was like, I shouldn't even done that.
Yeah.
It really didn't
I
show up or
mean,
anything.
just like everybody else, I was a little bit paranoid about the math. And when I got in there, I said, well, that was stupid.
Math.
Because this is just a little bit of this test.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah.
little bit, and if you freak out about the math, I mean, if you can add, subtract, multiply, divide, you got it. Just know where to put the stuff in that little circle, part, whole, percentage, or and you'll be all right.
Did you use your calculator much? Say you had 9
I did on
questions.
maybe two of them, but a
2 out
lot
of
of
9.
them. Well,
Yeah.
two out of all of them, because normally,
Mhm.
if you know what you're doing, you could eliminate a lot of stuff, and you could almost
Yeah.
see the answer.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
because it's
process of
math is also
elimination.
multiple choice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
not like
yeah.
essay for math.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
answer's in front of you. You can reverse engineer it too. So
Right.
there's 2 math questions. I'm sorry, 2 math answers that are completely ridiculous. And you
Exactly.
can't, that's definitely not those 2 and focus on the other ones. So
Exactly. And they will put in abstract numbers so you be doing something with the numbers, which you don't even have to look at. But you kind of have to know, like I said, you got to get the right study material and know the process of elimination and what they're looking for. And
no,
it wasn't that bad at all, really.
yeah.
No,
It
but
was
I encourage everybody, just do it. Just
Yeah.
do it. It's not that bad at all. I'm telling you. I'm so glad I did. I found a good company that I'm happy with.
Thank you for coming on. And
Thank you.
Michelle's last words were, just do it. So.
Just do it. Just do it. No. Here's my slogan, and this is only me.
Oh, you got a slogan?
Works.
All right, hit it before we go.
Whatever works. Whatever works. Whatever
right.
works.
We're gonna get a tattoo of that on you.
Yes. I'm putting bumper stickers. Whatever works.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, Michelle. Thanks for joining on a Monday night.
You, buddy.
Beautiful. I'm gonna get off here. I'm hungry, and I'm gonna go outside and enjoy what's left.
All right.
Thanks again, Michelle. Michelle Carter. You're welcome. So, if you guys have any questions for Michelle, we had a lot of people that were on that didn't ask any questions. Make sure you put them in the comments section below. Michelle or I would be happy to answer for you. So, I know it's hard this time of year, but just keep studying. And we'll see you guys all next time. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.